Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So you see this meme right here? A person's reaction to this and the message they pull from it is a great test of someone's emotional and mental intelligence, okay? What they pull from this is very important. I think it's very straightforward, but to many, it's often a confusing and insulting message. So I have to do a dramatic reading as I always do every time I see this, so if you want to skip the cringe, go ahead 20 seconds, but ooh, this is a great anime, but ooh, the fan service. Ooh, I can't stand the fan service. Okay, I'm getting way too good at that, but I posted this onto Twitter, okay? With a very simple caption saying the majority of anime, in quote, fans, and you can see the number of quote retweets. Nearly 300 quote retweets on this, I would say, very agreeable message I'm trying to get across here. And it's important to note that the vast majority of these angry people in the quotes attacking me and my message are children. An astonishing amount of children, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised. And all of these children angry in the quote retweets are completely missing the very, very simple point I'm trying to make here and turning to a very aggressive response in turn. Okay? And the thing is, I feel like in, I don't know, 5-10 years, we're going to look back and study what happened the last couple of years while this certain generation of kids were locked in during COVID and weren't going to school and socializing. These kids who missed out basically on 3 foundational years of their education and their social growth are really turning out to be some of the most insane and stupid kids you'll ever see. Okay? They basically went away from society and their education for 3 years and they turned to the internet and they've never come back. That's why they're so angry about things that are completely normal and they can't even get very simple messages even when they're laid out in front of them. And to help people out, to give a peek behind the magician's curtain to my very complicated message here, I'm saying if you hate fan service, do not consume anime that is tailored around fan service. That makes no sense. You can't also be a fan of something like My Dress Up Darling while claiming to hate fan service and that it ruins any show it's a part of. You can't claim those things. And that simple set of messages is completely missed. And let's look at some of the quote retweets. So this individual said, liking the plot of an anime but not the sexualization of 16-year-old girls in it is a crime now. Some people need to shut the F up on God. I love Made in Abyss, but the pedophilic fan service is disgusting, for instance. So let me get this straight. Let me just understand your message here. Number one, you're missing the point entirely, but you're saying that you consume content that has pedophilia in it, but you think you're the normal one because you basically frown at it. It's like that meme where people, like, they say, like, I'm reading Mein Kampf in public, but I'm aggressively shaking my head to show everybody that I'm displeased with its message. That's what you're doing. Is that what you do when you're watching Made in Abyss? You're shaking your head whenever the things you believe are pedophilia are showing. You're just like, I don't like this. Make sure everyone knows. Like, how could you consume that? Go up to a regular person and say, yeah, I consume content with something I consider pedophilia that's regularly making appearance in it, but I don't like it. They would have a very, very hard look at you, and they would think many things about you, and I think it's pretty obvious what they'd be thinking until you gave them the context and said this is about fictional content. But nonetheless, moving on, here's another one saying, why is my timeline so effing incel today? So incel, like many other words, have turned into buzzwords that people have watered down to the point where they have no meaning anymore. So I hate to break it to this individual. Incel means involuntary celibate. That is a man who wants to but is unable to have sex with women, okay? For whatever reason, they just can't obtain it. And I regret to inform you, I am an engaged man, engaged to a woman. I am not an incel, and this message I'm sharing is not that of an incel. Telling people that if they hate fan service, don't watch something with fan service is not something an incel would say. I am sorry to tell you that. In fact, it's probably the exact opposite. But moving on, here's another one saying, yeah, bro, I effing love unnecessary slop made to pander to cum brains. Keep feeding me that. Why do I keep getting this goofballs posts on my timeline? Have you tried blocking me if you're this viscerally angry about my tweets that apparently you see regularly? Also, that means that the people you follow interact with my posts, and they probably like a lot of my posts, so it's a bit of a cell phone. But nonetheless, so Basically what they're saying in this very aggressive message here is, again, they're missing the point, but they're saying that, you know, if you enjoy anything with fan service, you're a coon brain and all of these things. It's like, it's okay to not like fan service. Just don't watch it, don't consume it. Like if somebody hated gore, why would they go and watch Corpse Party? Obviously it wasn't for you, and if you don't like those things, that's fine, but you can respect other people consuming that content you don't like because they like it. And that's the thing, it's so aggressive. For some reason, anything that has sexual nature to it, people feel like that is the opening of the gates to have the most violent and ugly responses imaginable. But moving on, this one quoting my message, what they believe is the message, saying, "Actually, Chud, you're a fake fan if you don't want to be bombarded by lewd imagery." Not my message. And also, apparently telling people to not consume fan service if they hate fan service makes you a coomer. Actively telling people not to consume fan service if it upsets them makes you a coomer. Apparently. But also, using the word chud, like I'm saying chud, is this person implying I'm an SJW or something? I mean, that's a first, I guess. There's a first for everything, huh? But immediately, within 10 minutes of making this post, I already saw some of the quotes, and I boiled it down. I made it even more obvious for them, and it didn't help. I said, in quotes, if you hate sexual themes in anime, then don't watch anime with heavy fan service. And then the orphanage in the quotes. Porn addict! I have literally dozens of screenshots of people calling me a porn addict for telling people to not consume fan service if they don't like it. You have ones like this saying, just say you have a porn addiction. Now, when you see people phrase things like this on Twitter, there's only one appropriate response, and that is to reply by saying, you have a porn addiction, because of the phrasing of the way they did this. But nonetheless, as with everyone else, all these people, these Zoomers who are angry about sexual themes and fan service, they claim to hate it, but it's always the content they also consume, but for some reason feel okay judging others. I mean, here's your last like. Your latest like is Fuda. Like, bro, who are you calling porn addicts? Like, I'm not going to judge you, but please don't hold people to that standard and have the same content in your likes as well. And then this one saying, MFs really be watching My Dress Up Darling or Fire Force, then get on Twitter malding because it has fan service. It's actually not hard to search up whether or not a show has fan service, and this is obviously on point. It's not the year 2000 where everything's niche, especially in the West. You can go with a very quick search and find out if an anime has fan service in it. Like, if you claim to hate fan service so much to the point where you're threatening people online over it, you would think you would take the 2 seconds it takes to check out whether or not the new anime you're going to watch has fan service in it. And also, like, just using common sense, if you're looking at a show like My Dress Up Darling or Fire Force, it takes a very cursory glance at the franchise to know it's going to have a lot of fan service. So anyone who goes on Twitter and acts shocked, like the amount of quote-unquote My Dress Up Darling fans out there who hate fan service, how could you possibly consume My Dress Up Darling when it has fan service in every single episode? How could you enjoy it at all? You claim it ruins anime, but then you're saying, well, it's different, I get past it. There's no way you can get past it. It's that ingrained into the franchise. But moving on, here's another one saying, God, I want to say the 3 no words so badly. So this is a person who wants to tell me to gay men myself. And I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that you want to give people gay men bait over fan service, or the fact that you won't even say it. Like, if you're this mad, if you're this dusted about my takes on fan service, then say it with your chest. Like, don't be a coward and sit here goofy goober Weenie Hut Jr. saying, I want to see the no words. Embarrassing. This person saying, if I look at your likes, I'm going to find poontang of children, aren't I? You seem way too excited about the possibility of that happening. I see tweets like this all the time, not just about me, but other people. Someone will dislike a content creator and they're like, oh, I can't wait to find out, you know, the people or children you've been abusing. I can't wait until we find out. It's like, wait a second. You're basically saying you're excited about the possibility of someone being abused. Because that's the only way this scenario works, is if someone's getting hurt. But you would be excited about that because it would make one of the random content creators you don't like look bad online. That's worth the price for you? Like, Crazy. If you thought those things actually existed, report me to the police. This person saying, never ask a man his salary, a woman her age. Rev says Desu's opinion on Lolly. Well, they're not real. Hope that helps. The majority of the quote retweets are like, I don't hate fan service, I hate it when it involves minors. And then they call you a porn addict for liking Uzaki-chan. How many people call people that over liking Uzaki-chan a busty college student? Like, there's no winning, and there's no way you can think anything is safe, okay? There's no character out there that you can like fan service of that won't get you called a porn addict or a pedo or anything like that, okay? It's just the way it is. But this tweet caused quite the stir, and you know what? Sometimes you gotta do the only thing that makes sense in these situations, and that's just to laugh at people, because how else are you gonna deal with it? They're like stinging they're like stinging a brick wall, you know, they're like a swarm of bees stinging a brick wall that's just there untouched by them. Like, all you can do is laugh, because these people are crazy, and it's mostly younger people, which is the craziest part, because they give 90 soccer moms a run for their money. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for this video. Please share all of your thoughts about these topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.